Alright, and we are live here on YouTube for some good old Saturday night football. Thank you guys for everybody that has shown up already and has already started to participate in the stream question of the day. We got the who will win the game post up, and we are ready to go. So there we go. We got they are talking with TJ Watt there on the sideline, and again we are getting ready for the pit. We got tonight. We got the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to Pittsburgh to play the Pittsburgh Steelers here. Steelers win, they can knock the Bengals out of the playoffs and clinch the 5 seed. All they need to do is win tonight, and they will have the 5 seed. Meanwhile, the the Cincinnati Bengals, if they are able to pull off the win here tonight, we will go ahead and we will have to. It'll be watching with bated breath for all of the Bengal fans out there as we get ready for the games tomorrow, as the Miami Dolphins will need to either lose or tie their game against the New York Jets, and the Denver Broncos will need to lose against Kansas City Chiefs. So current that is the current state of things. Again, the game for Cincinnati, this is the only thing obviously that they can control. Hey Kenneth, how's it going? We are popping on in. we need we need to put your schedule for like what for like but yeah, hey Kenneth, how's it going? Let's see. I'm doing good tonight. We need to put your schedule for us. What are you streaming? Okay, so in terms of what I'm streaming this weekend, I will be streaming the game tonight. I will be streaming. I will be streaming either. I assume that these are on different networks, but I will be streaming either the Dolphins Jets, or if I get it, the Broncos Chiefs. Both games are uh, in are crucial here to the playoffs. Obviously, the Cincinnati Bengals game tonight, if they win, they are still in the hunt. If they don't win, they get knocked out of the hunt, and it becomes just a two-horse race between the actual horses of the Denver Broncos and the Miami Dolphins. So, again, we will be streaming one of those two games. Again, the goal is to be streaming the Broncos game for that one, and I assume I get that in my area, but again, I do not know at the moment. But we are all set up and ready for this one. So hopefully everybody's enjoying it. If you guys are having a good time, feel free to hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new. They're going through pregame motions right now as we get ready to go. But yeah, the Russell Wilson and the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be trying to go out here and see if what they can get done here. I'm curious though, considering the Ravens were able to just clinch the AFC North a few minutes ago as they took down as they took down the Cleveland Browns. I'm curious if possibly the Steelers might end up benching Russell Wilson. One to ensure that he doesn't get hurt right before the playoffs, but also there isn't much to gain here because again, even if they lose the game tonight, um, if the Chargers lose their game to the Raiders, they can still hang on to that 5 seed. And although I think personally the 5 seed is a very important thing, especially in the AFC, because the difference between playing a team like Baltimore in Baltimore and playing a team like Houston, even if it is in Houston, I mean, that difference is nearly immeasurable as to the amount of difference in the value. So, all right, we are here and ready. So there we go. We got that all set up. Hopefully, you guys are all excited. I know I certainly am. We got a full weekend of football, and then we head into wild card weekend the uh, where the wild card round will begin, and it is gonna be a fun one again. Wild card matchups we will be able to stream. I think it's 3 or 4 of them throughout the weekend. So here we go. The playoff schedule real quick. So here we go. All right, so the wild card round will have so two games on Saturday. There's a very good chance that I will stream both of those. Both two of the three games on Sunday, January 12th, and then Monday, January 13th. There's a good chance I will stream again somewhere between four and five of those games. I would say the Saturday ones are basically a lock. Sunday ones probably will be a double. And then Monday night is going to be, I would say, the toss up, but it will also depend on what the matchups are. So there we go. Any schedule changes for us? Yeah, I try and put the scheduled streams up as early as possible. And say once I get the thumbnails done, I usually try and get the streams up and scheduled for you guys. I haven't actually gotten around to. Usually, I end up making the stream thumbnails literally on my lunch break at work. So quite literally, the stream thumbnails are usually getting done right there. But yep, so both games though tomorrow. Again, it'll be Denver Broncos versus Kansas City Chiefs, and then the game between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. Those will be the two games for tomorrow. So here we go. Kick is up. It will be out the back. Oh no, not out the back of the end zone. The Cincinnati Bengals elect to return it, and they take it to the 25, and that is where they will be taken down about the 27-yard line, and that is where the Bengals will start with the ball here. So there we go. But yes, I do try and get those games scheduled as early as possible. So. And then I sometimes find out that I don't have the game on one of my local channels, and I don't have the Sunday ticket, so I don't get to pick and choose every game. Here we go, handoff. Ooh, handoff to number 34, and he gets stopped there by number 25 on the Steelers defense. A player I have no idea who that is. Yeah, but yeah, his jersey says Elliott there. Yeah, I saw the Chiefs got stranded in the snow. Not overly surprising considering they're in the Midwest. I mean, there are a lot of snowstorms throughout the Midwest, but yeah, definitely funny. I'm curious if the Chiefs might have manufactured the snowstorm so they could wait and see how this game plays out before they decide if they're going to send Mahomes all the way to Denver or not. Here we go. Burrow takes snap, throws it up, finds 88 Trey Henderson for a first down. Bengals. There we go. All right, so the Bengals get a nice first down there. Yeah, they keep this first drive to more than 3 plays, which that is always the first and foremost goal here. So there we go. 20.5 points per game here. And TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, and Minka Fitzpatrick all named to the Pro Bowl. 3 defensive players on this Steelers defense, all named to the Pro Bowl. Burrow takes snap, drops back, looking, throws it. Oh, through 2 Steelers defenders. Finds T. Higgins for a first down, I believe, as we are going to go ahead and get to see that one on replay here. But, yep, there we go. Number 24, Joey Porter Jr. That might actually be short. Joey Porter Jr. on the stop, and yeah, they're going to mark him short. One is the one. So the official marking is going to be 2nd and 1. It's a second and very short here. Joe Burrow in shotgun. He's got a back off to his right, takes snap, drops back, fires, and finds Henderson across the 35, and that is going to be first down Bengals. So the Bengals are driving here early on in the game. They don't want to. They are not looking to put this one away just yet here. So there we go, showing Minka Fitzpatrick in the backfield there. He was staying alert just in case sorry, 88's not Henderson. Henderson, that's Mike Gesicki. My bad. Calling out the wrong player. So here we go. Burrow in shotgun again, takes snap. This time hands it off to number 34, who runs up the middle for some good yardage there. And that is, I believe, the first run play of the entire day. They've been doing a lot of passing, and that is how this Bengals offense functions a lot of the time. They try and take advantage of teams with lesser secondaries, and honestly, aside from Minka Fitzpatrick, this Steelers secondary has looked less than stellar throughout the last couple of weeks. So here we go. Takes snap, handoff here once again to number 34, runs it up the middle, and that is going to be a third down. The first time we've seen third down here tonight. Yeah, again, and that is Khalil Herbert on the carries, by the way. So here we go again. Burrow calling in the shot here. Gonna go ahead and make the play call. The question is, what do you call if you are the Bengals here? It is 3rd and 1. You could probably run it up the middle here and get a pretty good shot at it. But you also have one of the best pass games in the world here. Takes the snap all alone in shotgun, throws it, finds Jamar Chase for a first down. There we go. First down, Jamar Chase, and that is going to be another 1st and 10 here from about, looks like the 12 or 13 yard line here. No, a little bit further out, sorry, closer to the 20-yard line. Yeah, so he stumbles at about the 20 or 19-yard line is the official measurement here. Yep, the 19-yard line is where they're going to mark him down here. So, 1st and 10 from the 19. Burrow in shotgun, takes snap, fakes the handoff, throws over the sideline, finds Jamar Chase as he hobbles out of bounds, and that is going to be 2nd down, and that will stop the clock as he did get out of bounds there. But Jamar Chase with a good pickup there, gets about 7-8 yards there, and now it'll all be about what do we end up seeing here. So far, though, Burrow absolutely. I guess they didn't stop the clock. I thought they had stopped it. I guess they hadn't stopped the clock, so here we go. We'll get that corrected. Takes snap, throws over the middle. Touchdown, Jamar Chase. And there we go. Jamar Chase, touchdown, Bengals. And that is going to be the first touchdown of the night. And probably, considering how this Bengals defense is, the first of many. And I would almost expect a return fire touchdown here from Burrow and from Russell Wilson and the Steelers. But so far, they have been able to get this one done. There we go. Kitty goes meow. Yep. As I say, the striped kitty going meow here, and the kick is up, and it is right down the middle, and we have got ourselves a 7-0 football game here. But don't go anywhere. I am very much expecting, with the way this Bengals defense is, I'm by no means expecting this to be an easy one. I'm expecting a run right back down the field from the Steelers, and probably going to see a touch. Defense can't seem to stop any Pro Bowl selections there. I still don't understand. I really don't understand the choice to go with Zay Flowers as a Pro Bowler. And then he goes out and got injured tonight as well. So potentially we might be spared seeing Zay Flowers in the Pro Bowl. And to his credit, I don't personally think that Zay Flowers. I don't have any real ill will towards Zay Flowers, aside from the fact that he is by far not he's not a top 4 receiver in the AFC this year. I think there were definitely players who needed to get that spot that could have gotten that spot over him. Not the least of which Brian Thomas Jr. there in Jacksonville. And considering it's a Colts fan saying it, you know it's a genuine suggestion when I say that they needed to give that to the Jaguar. Yeah, not to mention we know the Jaguars aren't going to be anywhere near the Super Bowl, and And say Zay Flowers might be busy for the Super Bowl. Alright, so there we go. We are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, we got 3 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that has decided to spend even just a portion of your very busy Saturday nights here with me. As again, we are just chilling out here. Currently sitting under the first commercial break of the evening. As again, you guys are not missing anything. We are expecting the kick back to the Pittsburgh Steelers here in a moment when they come back. And yeah, the vote is all tied up, eight apiece here. Let's see. All right, Burrow again. Burrow being very stationary in the pocket. That is so weird considering how many mobile quarterbacks that we've seen. Yeah, and just the mobile quarterback style, even out of some traditional pocket passers like Justin Herbert, who we've seen play a couple of times now on the stream. So definitely a weird one to see. Average time to throw 2.05 seconds. Yikes. That is a lightning quick pass. I say, there's not much question there as to whether or not that guy is a good passer. All right, and here we go. Cade York getting lined up to go ahead and kick this one off. I will say I was a little bit concerned after we saw him miss that kick, the 30 something yarder against the Broncos, but ultimately they were able to bring the game back and get it done at the end when it mattered. Here we go. Kick is up, and it is going to be. Oh, wow. That doesn't even get to the landing zone. And that's going to be flags coming out, and that ball is going to be coming way out of the end zone. It's going to be coming way out here. All right, let's see. How are we doing? Let's see if we've gained back any subscribers that we had lost. All right, let's see. All right, nope, we are still sitting at 2777 on the subscriber count, about 23 subscribers away from 2,800. Working our way towards it, hoping to see us hit the big 2,800 here by the end of January. That would be amazing to be able to hit that. Again, the NASCAR season coming up soon. And let's go ahead and get the ball moved over for the Pittsburgh Steelers drive. All right, and here we go. Let's see. Lined up, Russ in shotgun here. He's got a back in the backfield here. Najee to his right. Takes the snap. Hand off here to Najee. Runs it up the middle, and that's going to go ahead and break forward for a couple of yards. That is some good play there. I'm not usually the biggest Najee fan. I think Jalen Warren is absolutely the better running back, but hey, if it's working, you don't have to change it. All right, let's see. So here we go. Once again, lined up in shotgun formation here. Najee to the side. Oh, wow, that was a quick throw. Finds George Pickens, but unable to as he fights off 3 Bengals and gets dropped for a loss there. But man, Pickens just could not find any room there. The moment the ball got there, there were 3 Bengals all over him, and that is some starting to see a little bit of grit here from this Bengals defense, something we did not expect to see today. Again, I was kind of jokingly, kind of not jokingly saying I don't know if we potentially just see him run right back down the field, but right now we might be in position for a 3-and-out here from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's see. Pittsburgh takes snap, drops back, looking, scrambles. He continues to scramble and taken down for a sack, and that is absolutely going to be a punt away on 4th down. So that is going to be the punt away on 4th down, and the Bengals defense force a 3-and-out here to start the night, and what a way to start the night indeed. And say, you go ahead, you force the 3-and-out, you force them to do something that they aren't exactly comfortable with, and there we go. So there's the punt. It is up, and it is going to be fielded by the Bengals at about the, looks like 30, maybe 35-yard line there. So let's go ahead and move the ball on over. Definitely need to stop the clock. We will get the clock corrected once, okay, 40 set on the clock here. When I get the clock corrected, I will throw us to our first commercial break of the night, and we will be right back, guys. I'm just going to use the bathroom, and we will be right back. All right, and we are back. They did get a play or two off. We are 7 seconds down on the clock. Well, we will get that fixed, and there we go. All right, 2nd and 1 for the Bengals. They got a 9-yard play off there as we were coming back from commercial break. Welcome on in. Hopefully everybody is hanging out, and hopefully everybody is having a good time. So 2nd and 1 here. All right, there we go. Takes a snap, handoff here to Khalil Herbert, who gets taken down for a loss. And I thought he was about to try and lateral it back to Burrow, who theoretically would have still been eligible for a potential forward pass there, but instead it is a loss of 1 here. And it now becomes 3rd and 2 here. I think you go ahead and you look for potentially a short slant over the middle, maybe someone big like Gesicki, who has been a very reliable target at least so far tonight. He's come down with 2 or 3 passes already, including 1 or 2 in a little bit of traffic. So here we go. Burrow in shotgun. He does have Khalil Herbert still. Oh, no. Khalil Herbert now coming up right behind the O-line. So here we go. Takes snap. Drops back. Fires. Finds Gesicki. And there we go. We got the call right. Gesicki gets the first down. And that is first down Bengals. And we are chugging along here towards the end of the first quarter. Hopefully you guys are excited. There we go. I can't believe we got that call right. We called the play. TJ Watt gets slowed up just enough by number 61 on that Bengals offensive line, which, again, that's another thing I don't usually give a lot of credit to. And say this Bengals offense is usually not a very strong group. But here we go. Takes snap, drops back, looking, scrambles, looking again. Burrow throws it up, finds T. Higgins for a first down. Bengals, and here we go. First down Bengals, and we got 5:40 on the clock, so we can add about 5 seconds on to the clock. There we go. Again, they find T. Higgins. He finds himself in some room. Yeah, Patrick Queen not able to get there to cover it. I think he was questioning whether or not Joey Porter was going to be covering him or not, and you don't want two people trying to cover the same guy necessarily, especially if they have other assignments. But you also don't want to leave a guy completely open, especially not T. Higgins. But here we go, hand off to Khalil Herbert, who runs it up the middle, and that is going to be about an 8-yard gain. I believe that is going to be 2nd and 2 here on the measurement. But here we go. Got that one done. All right, let's see. Again, the Bengals doing some real good work here early on in this game. 2nd and 2 is the measurement as we get ready to go ahead and get right into this one. All right. So here we go. Takes snap, drops back, throws it up, finds Khalil Herbert short of the first down. And that is going to be 3rd and inches here. Khalil Herbert almost had that first down. So there we go. 3rd and 1. So they've got to try and find a way to get 1 yard here for the Cincinnati Bengals. All right, so again, Khalil Herbert here. He's had 21 rushes this season for 77 yards there. He's doing pretty well by most metrics here. 3rd and 1 here though. As he takes the snap, handoff here to Herbert, runs up the middle, first down Bengals. And there we go. The Bengals go ahead and get that one, and that is a first down here. So far on the day, the Bengals have 111 yards. Meanwhile, the Steelers have -6 yards here. So again, the Steelers, they've got their playoff spot already clinched no matter what happens, but they are trying to avoid a 10-7 and a really big losing streak to end the regular season, especially against true playoff teams. And here we go. Takes snap, drops back, throws, finds Khalil Herbert for about 5 yards, and that is going to be taken down, 2nd down. All right, so there we go. 3 minutes left here in the first half. Or not first half, but in the first quarter, I mean. All right, and there we go. Let's see. Joe Burrow tonight so far has been perfect. 95 yards total here. And let's see. So 2nd and 5. It's a long 5, though. Takes snap, fakes the handoff, throws it, finds Gesicki, and that's going to be a tackle for a loss. Mike Gesicki gets tackled for a loss, and that is going to almost certainly make it a 2nd down or a 3rd down and 6. So that is going to be not great. All right. Oh, and there's a flag on the play. There was a flag on the play. What is the flag for? And it looks like it will be declined 3rd down. So the play is a illegal. Illegal man downfield or ineligible man downfield, and that is going to be again decline penalty, which means it's going to be 3rd down and 6. All right, so here we go. Let's see. 3rd and 6. Takes snap, drops back, looking. Oh, isn't he? Oh, that was not going to look good if that's a fumble. And if that is a fumble, though, the Bengals did fall on it. The problem is it's not going to be 4th down and very long here. So, yeah, they are going to rule it a fumble, and it is a 4th and 10 here for the Bengals. Man, that is such a bummer after the way their first two drives went. They had such a good shot to potentially start this one off 14-0 and go up by 2 scores. But instead, they end up going and. Oh no, they're going to try and kick the field goal here. 48-yard attempt. Cade York so far, he's 5 for 9. Kick is up, and that one is going to be good. And there we go. They do manage to go up 10-0 here in the first quarter. And again, now we hand it back over to that Cincinnati defense and the Pittsburgh offense to see how this ends up going. All right, so I am going to go ahead and fill my cup up with some water. But we will be right back. I will spare you guys the ad break because I don't think anyone wants to see more ads. So, all right, so yeah, Chiefs Broncos should be the CBS game tomorrow for me. All right, there we go. We got our water. We are coming back from commercial break, pretty much perfectly timed. About a minute and a half on the clock here, and it will be Pittsburgh ball. Again, this is where the Bengals are going to need to bolt. As I honestly, any drive where Pittsburgh is on offense is going to be a crucial drive for both teams because the biggest, most sketchy part of the whole situation for the Steelers has been um, the questionable playing out of their offense. And for Cincinnati, their defense has been absolutely their Achilles heel of the year. So, here we go. Kick is up, and it will be kicked back over to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And caught in the inbound, so he has to return it to the 20. Jalen Warren breaks the tackle to the 25. 27-yard line is where the Steelers will take over possession of the football. There we go. There we go. Oh, hey, Easy. You gonna get some cat cam? We got some kitty cat cam. There we go. All right, 1st and 10 for the Steelers. Takes snap, handoff here to Najee Harris, who stumbles and fumbles and runs his way all the way up the middle, and he finds himself for a first down. Here we go. We had a little bit of kitty cat cam. But again, we are closing in on the end of this first quarter here. Time is ticking. Russell Wilson under center. Up, up. Gizmo, you sure you don't want up? Because you're swarming me. All right, here we go. Take snap. It pitches it to Najee. Tries to run it up the middle and gets -1 yard on that play, and that is going to be a loss of yardage on that one. Second down. So it's going to be second and 11 here. 22-21, 20 seconds on the clock here. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Takes the snap, drops back. Oh, under pressure immediately and gets. He throws the incompletion, and they have 2 seconds on the clock here. All right, you want up? Okay, yep, I can see it in his eyes. He's asking. There we go. All right. So here we go. Again, 2 seconds on the clock. Third and 11 for the for the Steelers here. Let's see if the striped kitties can go ahead and get the stop. So there we go. Takes the snap, drops back, looking, throws it up, moon ball. Sweet. Oh no. Mike Williams finds it, but it's gonna be. The question is, was it inbounds when he catches it? That is going to be the ruling. The quarter does end, and yes, he does just about get 2 toes in. And there we go. Come on, settle down, Gizzy. Stream will be able to see you regardless of if you're standing or sitting. There we go. And I will keep petting you. All right. So we are going to commercial break. We will go ahead and get this all flipped on over. Reset the clock to 15. And we are just chilling on here. There we go. And quarter number 2. All right. There we go. Welcome on in. We got 8 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that is deciding to spend even just a portion of your Saturday night here with me, including my precious little kitty here, Gizmo. So there we go. All right. So there we go. Welcome on in. Thank you guys. We got 9 people hanging out in chat. Definitely wish I had something more than shorts on for Gizmo to need. But there we go. Ow. Gizmo, just keep your claws out of my skin, please. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so again, we are at commercial break. You guys are not missing anything here. As again, we are currently in between quarters here. It will be quarter number 2 when they come back. And we will be looking forward to this one. And we all know who Gizmo's rooting for. He likes the kitty cat teams. Oh, Gizmo, your claw is stuck in my shorts here. Let me help you, Gizzy. Okay, and that was Jerzon Newton, corner. Wait, was that really Jerzon Newton? I thought he was a D lineman out of Illinois. Was he a D lineman turned corner? Because that seems like a really big change of position. But there we go. Oh, nope, that is Josh Newton. Jerzon Newton was a draft pick that the Bengals made as well, but yeah, I guess that just was a different Jay Newton on the field. Alright, so there we go. Now it is going to be. Yeah, here we go. The Steelers are going to have the offense still out there, so here we go. Take snap, handoff here. Yeah, hands out to Warren, runs it up the middle for about 4 or 5 yards here, and that is going to be second down Steelers. Alright, so there we go. Again, second and 6 here on the clock. Let's see. Yeah, Pittsburgh, they've got themselves a. You gotta figure out something here. because so far they have not had a whole lot of positive yardage on plays so far. Oh, and there we go. Gizmo hops on down. And there we go. Run up the middle, and that is going to be going next to nowhere for Jalen Warren. Gets about maybe 1 to 2 yards. Very low progress on that play. All right, so there we go. Yeah. See if I know if he's wanting to come back later, I'll probably swap pants under a bathroom break real quick, and that way he has something to dig into. Hey, Random, how's it going? All right, here we go. Takes snap, drops back, looking, fires over the middle, incomplete. Oh, Pat Fryermuth looking for the penalty flag, and there it is. Flags are being thrown, and that is going to be. Yep, penalty flag coming out here. Again, yep, that's defensive pass interference. Easy call there. That's going to be automatic first down. All right, so there we go. A little bit better height for me. Not quite as accessible for the kitty cat to be on camera, but there's no cat on the lap at the moment. So there we go. And that is going to be automatic first down. It looks like they are going to commercial. Oh, no, not going to be going to commercial break. It looked like they were getting ready to send it to commercial. Which would have been weird because we were just coming back from a play or two earlier. So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Steelers. Takes a snap, handoff here to Najee Harris, who runs it up the middle. Fights his way up for a first down. Najee Harris. There we go. There we go. Najee Harris getting it done. Gets it inside the 20, and that is now going to be a very easy field goal if they end up needing to go for it. But at the moment, they still have a shot at a potential touchdown here, which could definitely bring this game within 3 points. So here we go. Take snap, handoff here once again, and finds Najee, who tries to go and gets about 3 yards on that play. 2nd down. So there we go, 2nd down, and Najee Harris. He's been only player with 1,000+ yards each of the last 4 seasons. That must be for running backs or something, or maybe only for Pittsburgh, because I can't imagine that Derrick Henry was below 1,000 yards one of those years. But here we go. Let's see. Take snap, handoff here to Najee, runs up the middle and charges forward, and that is going to be 3rd down and 1. So 3rd and 1 here. They're continuing to chug forward here. As I said, this freight train is not getting stopped anytime soon, unless Russ takes another unnecessary sack here. All right, here we go, and the QB sneaking up the middle, and the question is, did he get far enough? I don't see a lot of Steelers celebrating, and let's see, what are they ruling? Looking for the refs. Let's see. Refs are ruling 1st and goal. 1st and goal for the Steelers. So again, right now the Steelers having some success here after getting absolutely opt out on their first drive of the day. All right, so here we go. 1st and goal. 1st and goal for the Steelers. Take snap, handoff here to Najee, who runs it up the sideline and gets maybe a yard. Literally only able to get maybe a yard on that one. Might not have even gotten that. Alright, let's see. What do we got? Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Let's see. All right, so there we go. We're gonna add a little bit of time onto the clock, about 3-4 seconds there. 3rd and goal for the Steelers. Let's see, Pittsburgh Steelers. It's 3rd and goal from the 6 here, so 6 yards away. Takes snap, throws it up, looking for the end zone. Oh, they say Darnell Washington there going to be looking for a potential pass interference flag. And yep, there it is. The flag flies in. It is a late flag. We'll have to wait and see what the flag is, but I'm assuming it's going to be pass interference, and that is going to be automatic first down at the 1. So Cam Taylor Britt on the flag. I believe that was the same guy as earlier. And yeah, he definitely did it again. So absolutely, that's a good call on the flag. And I say, Cam Taylor Britt just needs to get himself in line here. You can't be just throwing things out there willy nilly like that. And now run up the middle for Najee Harris, and that is going to be touchdown Najee. So leads to the first touchdown of the night for the Steelers. They were already in a pretty good spot, but that absolutely just secured that they were going to get the touchdown, basically. And there we go. 73-yard scoring drive, 6.5 minutes to get it down there, and now we got ourselves a 6-10 football game, and the kicking unit is going to go out there and see if they can kick this extra point. There we go. Kick is good. It's a 10-7 football game. All right, we are chilling. Right, I'm gonna go ahead and throw another commercial break in. I'm gonna go refill my water, probably change pants as well, and we will be right back. Hey, Gizmo, you want some entertainment people? We're heading back in. All right. We are back, and let's get rid of these bots. All right, and the kick is out. Oh, no, they're going to return it to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, to the 35, 40, to the 45, and he gets taken out of bounds. Let's get them bots out of here. Kick him out, and there we go. All right, so I've got my cat's fur blanket in case he decides to pop on in, along with some better pants again in case the Putty Tat wants to join us again. So there we go, and we are chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. All right, 9:43, so that is gonna run a little bit of time off the clock. Take snap, handoff here, run up the middle, and that is gonna be Herbert, but we got a flag on the play. Yep. Alright, so flag stops the clock at 37, and we are synced back up. Alright, let's see. Alright, so 1st and 5. So it was must have been offsides on the defense, which gave the offense a 5-yard play. So here we go. 1st and 5. Clock is running. Let's get that clock synced up right now. Takes snap, drops back. Burrow throws it over the middle off the hands of number 80. And that is going to be dropped and incomplete. And that will be 2nd down. 2nd and 5 here. Alright, so there we go. Again, Alex Highsmith trying to bat the pass, doesn't get a hand on it, but the pass doesn't get where it's trying to go anyway, so ultimately they got there in the end. Here we go. Takes snap, drops back, looking, fires, finds Gesicki, 1st down. 1st down Bengals, and they go ahead and they're driving here. Alright, there we go, there we go, there we go. Alright, and yep, there we go. That might have even been another offsides there from Sutton, but looks like they didn't opt to challenge that penalty, which why would they? They got the 1st down they were looking for anyway. There we go. Herbert up the middle, and that is going to be a gain of about 2, maybe 3 yards. All right, 3rd and 8. Or 2nd and 8. Sorry, 2nd and 8. Here we go. 2nd and 8. Time ticking down. Let's see. Take snap, handing it off to Herbert. And that is going to be a 3rd down. Alright, so 3rd down here. Let's see. Corey Trice Jr., number 27 on cornerback there. Third and 6 here. Let's see. They gotta get a 1st down. As if they manage to shut down the Bengals here, this could potentially be the momentum shift that the Pittsburgh Steelers need. And oh, it's gonna be short. It's gonna be short. 4th and 1, and now the Bengals have a choice. Do they attempt to convert the 4th down, or do they go ahead and just let it stand and they are going to go ahead and punt this one away or attempt a field goal, something of that manner? All right, so let's see. And all right, Burrow and the offense is going to stay out there. 4th and 1. I believe that they think they can get this one. The question is it going to be a pass play or a run play? In shotgun, not really giving it away too much. Takes snap, fakes the handoff, throws it up and off the hands of a defender. 4th down is no good. And that is going to be a 4th down conversion here. And that is going to be turnover on downs. Pittsburgh ball. And there we go. It is Pittsburgh's ball after the Joe Burrow is unable to convert the 4th down. And there we go. All right. So there we go. Hopefully everybody is having a fantastic day. If you guys are, of course, hit the like button and subscribe, guys, news. Guys, don't miss any future videos or live streams. We've been streaming a ton of NFL this year, and as I say, with the playoffs right around the corner, don't anticipate that stopping anytime soon. We'll be streaming probably 4 or 5 playoff games again. Possibly, it'll really depend on the schedule, and then we'll obviously be streaming as many of the divisional and conference championship games as possible. And then the Super Bowl, it is coming up very shortly. We've got a little over 30 days away from the from knowing who the Super Bowl teams will be, and actually playing in the Super Bowl, which that is a big deal for whatever teams do get there. And really, no matter what teams get there, it's going to be a big deal for all the teams involved. So there we go. All right. So they go to a short little commercial break here. We should be back to the. Alright, so here we go. They're coming back from commercial break, and we are going to be getting ready for this one. Again, the Pittsburgh Steelers. All they need to do is win this, and they clinch the 5 seed no matter what happens tomorrow. If the Bengals win it, again, they still need Miami and Denver to either lose, and they can also get there with a tie from Miami. Alright, so there we go. Alright. Let's see, the Steelers line it up here. Takes the snap. Fake. No, they're actually going to hand it off to Warren there. Runs it up the middle, about 3-4 yards. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Takes snap, handoff here to Warren once again. He runs up the middle for another 3-4 yards. And they are making this one work. There we go. Alright. So again, that Denver game is going to be all important because if Denver wins that, it doesn't, none of the rest of this matters. Alright, there we go. I was say a quick 3-and-out. Okay, wow. I didn't realize that was 3rd down. I thought that was a 2nd down there. And yep, there's the punt, and it is going to be up in the air, and that is going to be out the back of the end zone, and we will bring it out to the 30-yard line. And that is where the Cincinnati Bengals will take back over on offense here, and we will get a chance to see all that Burrow and the Bengals have to offer on offense here. So I'm going to go to the bathroom, refill my water again, and we will be right back. right, and here we go. Coming back from commercial break. It is the Cincinnati Bengals ball. We will get that moved over in a moment here. Takes the snap, drops back. Burrow looking, scrambling out of the pocket. He's got forever. Throws it up, finds the receiver, and that is going to be about 9 yards on that one as we see flag. So flag is going to stop the clock at 19 seconds on the clock. 5:19 on the clock here in the first half. Let's see, where are we at? We are currently sitting at 8. And we're just past the 1 hour mark here in the stream. And we are chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. And yep, ineligible man downfield, and that drops him back another 5 yards here. 1st and 15 for the Bengals, and that is going to be a massive time killer. And he throws up, finds Khalil Herbert for a good pass, but man, he only gets 5 yards out of that. That is disappointing. I thought he might have a shot to go ahead and take that one for a decent chunk. Let's see. Oh, wow. Let's say number 61 there, and somebody also getting into it. 2nd and 11 here. And here we go, Burrow throws it up, finds Jamar Chase. And Jamar Chase gets absolutely wrestled to the ground there, 3rd down. This is going to be 3rd down and short here. It's achievable. Question is whether or not they get it. If they get it, it's going to be 3rd and 3. That's the official measurement. All right, so official measurement is in, and they are going to be going ahead and seeing what we got here. And here we go. Oh, Joe Burrow gets taken down for a sack, and that is going to be 4th down, and that is a costly one right there. And I did not get a chance to take a look. Let's see. Preston Smith there on the tackle. But yeah, I would say that one is just a failure on the O-line. The O-line's got to keep them upright. And here we go. The punting team is up, and it will be kicked right back on over to the Steelers. At the 25 to the 30. And he fumbled! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What? What was that? Are you kidding me? He fumbles it forward into a defender's arms, and it is now, Cincinnati's ball. So yeah, he gets hit by Hayward, the ball gets knocked loose, and right into a defender. I mean, at least in this case, there was contact with one of the Bengals, and that's what jarred the ball loose. But still, come on, you cannot just be doing that. Alright, so here we go. Alright, takes snap, drops back. Oh, and we got a flag. The flag is thrown, and let's see, what's it for? Looks like it's going to be a false start on somebody. Yep, false start on the offense. So Steelers have given up a turnover of some kind in 10 games. I still cannot believe how the Steelers gave up that one. So it is going to be Bengals ball. Right, here we go. 1st and 15. Takes snap. Drops back. Looking. Scrambles to the side. Throws it on the run. And finds a receiver. There we go. And that is going to continue to tick the time down here. And let's see. All right, 2nd and 6 here. Time ticking down. They could just wait till the 2-minute warning here. And it looks like that might be what they're going to do. 2-minute warning. There we go. 2 minutes. And we have got ourselves the 2-minute warning here in the first half. There we go. Alright, so I do have to go feed the kitty, so I'm going to go ahead and throw a quick commercial break, go feed the cats, and I will be right back. Alright, well, we have got ourselves. We got the cats fed. We are 2 minutes away from halftime in this football game. For anyone who is new here, during halftime we will go ahead and we will play a Pokemon battle or two. And yeah, it should be a good one. Alright, let's see. So there we go. NFL Sunday countdown over on ESPN as they get ready for the noon slate of games. Alright, so yeah, the Steelers will receive the kick to start the second half, so that is a little bit of a advantage there. Here we are, 2nd and 6 here for the Bengals. Takes snap, throws it, finds the receiver. Yeah, for Sample, and that is going to be a quick stop there. Very short gain, no gain actually officially on the mark. And let's see. Are they trying to chew clock? Are we stopping the clock for a timeout? Let's see. Alright, so again, they're showing a replay of some of the other plays that they've managed to find, so. Alright, here we go. So the time was stopped here. It was a Steelers timeout. And oh, the Bengals fumble it. They're calling that a fumble, and that is going to be. Oh, wait. Oh, and we got a flag. Hold the phone. We've got ourselves a flag. So it is. Let's go ahead and get this synced up. So it was Steelers calling their. Oh, nope, not Bengals. Steelers calling their first timeout. And then they go ahead and come up with a big play here. Let's see. So they take the snap. I don't know. I think that you call that an incomplete pass 9 times out of 10. But all right, holding on the Steelers, and that is gonna wipe the interception off the board. Or not the interception, but the fumble. I mean, so that wipes the fumble completely off the table. No fumble. And now it's 1st and 10 for the Bengals. You can't go ahead and give them extra chances here. This Bengals team will eat you alive with extra chances on offense. And they run it up the middle, and that is going to be about a 2, 3, 4 yard gain. And let's see. We get up the middle there for Herbert, get some 3 yards. All right, so yeah, there we go. We are absolutely just cutting away here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. All right, here we go. Time is ticking. The Steelers letting it tick this time as opposed to trying to stop the clock earlier. Drops back, throws it, finds Jamar Chase, who fights his way up for a first down, and we got a flag. Yeah, and the refs coming in to try and break up the fight before it starts. So let's see. What's it going to be? False start Orlando Brown Jr. on the Bengals offensive line. So that play literally did not happen there. Here we go. Let's see. So they are. I don't know if they're talking about the amount of time that needs to be run off the clock here. Let's see. By rule, inside of 2 minutes, the running clock false start will create a 10-second runoff. Pittsburgh has declined it. Okay, so so there will be no 10-second runoff here because Pittsburgh told them not to do it. All right, here we go. 2nd and 12 here for the Bengals. Let's see. Big snap, throws it over the middle, and are you kidding me? Interception. Patrick Queen. Oh, no, not Patrick Queen. Sorry, number 31 on the Steelers. Comes up with a Joe Burrow interception. It is a rarity, but it happens. And we just saw one there. Joe Burrow gets caught with yet another interception there. And that is a rough one right there, as again, you cannot be throwing an interception at this point. Alright, let's see. Alright, so yeah, here we go. Let's see, what do we got? And we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. We are just chilling our way through this one. so I do have. Let's see. Let me go ahead and track out my package real quick. Let's see. Alright, so there we go. We are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. And again, here we go. 1:10 on the clock here, and the Steelers have the ball. After a Burrow interception there, yeah, which was created via Patrick Queen, who manages to get it out of Jamar Chase's hands, and Bishop is ultimately the one that came down with it. They snap it. Oh, tipped up and nearly picked by the Bengals. And so we nearly just had a tip and pick on the Bengals side of things after we just had the. Let's see. Here we go. Running the clock down to 1:01 on the clock here. All right, so far Russell Wilson takes snap, drops back, looking. Oh, Russell Wilson, he's on the run, throws it up and incomplete. All right, so there we go. All right, there we go. Gonna throw over to the sideline. All right, let's see. All right, well, right now we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Let's see. All right, here we go. 3rd and 1. All right. QB sneaks it up the middle, and that is gonna be. Question is it first down or not? I believe Pittsburgh is calling their second timeout regardless. And it is going to be 1st and 10, so that will stop the clock for the Steelers. All right, real quick, I'm going to go ahead and take off the Colts hoodie for a moment because it is starting to get pretty warm. Got a NASCAR jersey underneath, and we will go ahead and I will keep that nearby in case we get cold. But man, I was starting to get pretty warm in there. All right, there we go. All right, let's see. Alright, so you got a commercial break, and we are chilling out here. We are close to the end of the first quarter here, but not quite at the end. Or first half, I mean. Alright, so go. Got some breathability going in. Let's see, what do we got? We're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. If you guys are, of course, hit the like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and share the stream with anybody that enjoys football and might enjoy hanging out here. As we are getting close to the end of this first half, and we are closing in on the halftime. So we got 6 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that has decided to spend even just a portion of your very busy Saturdays here with me. As we are here, let's see. So here we go. 4th and 1 after review. They did not get the first down, and we have got ourselves 49 seconds on the clock here. Bengals have all 3 timeouts. So if they do get the ball back, they will have a shot to try and get down the field. And let's see, what do we got? There we go. So Mike Tomlin having a very long, extended conversation here with the refs. Not sure if he's trying to get the yardage marked here or what, but let's see. Let's see. Right now we're just waiting for the referees to make their call, and we will be seeing what they're gonna do. All right, so they are giving back one of Pittsburgh's timeouts and gonna cost Cincinnati one. Let's see. And here we go. Hand it off. And I believe that's going to be enough. 1st and 10. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. No one's responded over there, so we will probably end up doing a Battle Stadium battle, but we are just chilling out here again. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Let's see. Go, take snap. Draws back. Burrow actually with the ball. Throws it. Finds Jamar Chase. There we go. Second down. The Bengals now call their second timeout. There we go. All right. Cincinnati Bengals take snap, drops back, looking, fires, finds Sample, and he is gonna come up short of the first. And that is also gonna be blowing his play dead, probably. All right, so there we go. Let's see. All right, let's see. Here we go. 31 seconds on the clock. And Burrow and the Bengals have used their final timeout. All right, here we go. First and 10 for the Bengals. Takes snap, hand up, throws it up and finds T. Higgins, who gets out of bounds. That is going to be good. Let's see. Yeah, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. First and goal here for the Bengals. All right. There we go. All right, let's see. Again, right now we're just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen here. Here we go. Cade York lining up for the kick here. Let's see. Kick is up, and it is going to be good. That is going to be a 6-point lead there. Let's see. It was up by 6. 16 seconds on the clock. It will be Steelers time when they come back from commercial break. So there we go. Oh, looks like they are not going to commercial break this time. Definitely hoping to get a little bit more sleep this afternoon than I wanted, and I did get, but we are just chilling. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Let's see. This 2-minute warning has been one of the longest 2 minutes I've ever seen. And let's see, what does the Steelers do when they get the ball back? Do they just knee the ball and say have a good day, or do they try and convert something? Alright, there we go. Steelers take this one straight to halftime. Not even going to try and contest this one as they go to halftime. And we are into the half. And we got 12 people hanging out in chat. And there we go. Welcome on in. Hopefully everybody's hanging out. If you guys are enjoying the stream, feel free to hit the like button and subscribe. I am going to try and bring some more energy here in the second half as we are going to go ahead and get some energy here. Oh, we are going to be getting lined up. We got a Pokemon battle on deck. Hopefully you guys will be excited for that as well. Alright, there we go. So time hit 0. I'm going to go ahead and add the timeouts back on the clock there. And move the quarter from 2, 3. Will the Steelers ball when they get back from halftime? So there we go. All right, there we go. Just need to refresh the capture device. Boom. All right, here we go. Let's see, how's it going, everybody? Go ahead and just. Oh, we gotta hop out of the clubhouse to go ahead and get a battle started. Alright, so nobody mentioned anything in the group chat, so we will just go ahead and do a random battle online. Alright, and we'll go ahead and do doubles. Also, I just really like playing with this doubles team. I don't get enough of this doubles team that I've built the other day on stream. Alright, so there we go. It is for the new regulations, which don't start till tomorrow. So, yeah, I won't be able to play them entirely until then. So there we go. We get swapped on over. So here we go. This is the team. We got Ho-Oh as the star of the show. We got a Cheen Pow, a Grimmsnarl, a Fluttermane. I need to swap out the Ogre Pawn at some point with a different mask. Alright, and I'm seeing a lot of fire, or a lot of fire weakness on that team right away. First things first. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and lead the Cheen Pow Grimmsnarl combo. Those two seem to usually do pretty good. Bring the Ho-Oh Incineroar in the back. Yeah, Ho-Oh Incineroar should be able to do a fair amount. Should be able to slow down the Urshifu's damage a little bit with the Intimidates. Can parting shot to drop the special attack of a couple of his special attackers. And it has Flare Blitz to deal some good damage to the grass type. So there we go, and we are all set and ready for this one. Welcome on in. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Again, if you guys are new here, we play Pokemon during during the halftime break. So again, the second half starts in about 8 minutes. In fact, I will go ahead and get a quick timer going for myself. Start it up here, try and sync it up, so. So started that, and okay, he leads the Lunala. Okay, so that lead is not great for him. It's about to be a whole lot worse. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go protect here turn 1 and go for the. I'm gonna go reflect turn 1 just to try and get the physical defense up. We'll go special defense on turn 2 with the light screen to go ahead and match it all up. Should be good. And again, we got about 7.5 minutes until the second half begins. Game definitely a lot closer than it needs to be here. And okay, there's the Terra Fairy, so we do get that revealed on turn 1. So we don't burn a turn trying to go for a Sucker Punch on that thing, because Sucker Punch would not be super effective. And there's the fake out into the Grimmsnarl, so I could have gotten a okay, and he goes Trick Room. Okay, so he's just trying to play this slow he's trying to slow play this. Okay. Let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and Ice Spinner the Rillaboom because the odds that he double targets into me is low. And I'm going to go Light Screen here because, again, Lunala's the big threat. It's the special attacker, and I'm worried about a special attack. So there we go. There's the Wood Hammer. I did not protect against the Wood Hammer, and Grimmsnarl does go down. So that is not great. But we did get a light screen up, so hopefully whatever this Lunala dishes out, which is a Meteor Beam. Okay, so survive it on a on that one. They're showing some of the highlights from the Ravens game earlier tonight as the Ravens locked up the AFC North here on AFC North Football Day. Alright, so again, and we get the Ice Spinner to go ahead and at least get rid of the Rillaboom. We trade 1 for 1 on that, and we'll hopefully be able to get a Sucker Punch off, and if not, we'll be able to go ahead and just maybe bait and protect. Alright, I'm thinking we go do we go Ho or Incineroar here? I'm gonna go Incineroar. We can kind of see what we want, we can kind of play the field, see what we want to do with it, and hopefully we can get something figured out. So here we go, a Moongus. Alright, so he goes a Moongus. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna Ice Spinner the Amoonguss slot, and I'm gonna fake out the Lunala. I believe fake out should go faster than his Rage Powder that will almost certainly be drawing in an attack. Although he might just go protect on the Amoonguss turn 1 here because he's expecting me to double into it anyway, which is not exactly a far-flung idea. I mean, I'd say 90% of the time I do go for that one. So we get the fake out into the Lunala. Oh no, he just goes for the Spore into the Snowcat. Okay. So he tries putting Snowcat to sleep here. So he does get away with putting that to sleep. How many more turns of Trick Room does he have? 2 more turns. So question is, Incineroar is definitely faster, which is not great. I'm going to go ahead and just click Protect, even though I know I can't wake up on this turn. And I'm going to attempt a Flare Blitz into the Amoonguss, but again... Oh! We got the first turn wake up. I cannot believe that. There we go. Alright, so Snowcat will survive. Pollen Puff into his teammate to heal up the, what little bit of damage the Lunala had taken. We get our Flare Blitz off into the Amoonguss. 1-hit KO. There we go. So we take down the Amoonguss. We will take some recoil damage. We will take some Rocky Helmet damage. But the good thing is he now has 2 support Pokemon down. And okay, he goes Meteor Beam. He will have to take a turn to charge it this time. Alright, let's see. The Lunala healing itself up. Urshifu, the Rank Master. Okay, and it is the Water Urshifu, so we are going to save her. We're going to play this smart. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to Sucker Punch here, and I'm going to go for the Earthquake. We have the Underspeed, I believe, on both the Pokemon with the thing. That breaks the multi-scale. Oh, he goes Aqua Jet to take down the Incineroar. Okay, that's how he's going to play this. And then his Meteor Beam will take out the Snowcat. Good play on his part. He's playing this one well. So again, now he's at a +2 Lunala. And I am definitely in a little bit of a pinch here. Twisted Dimensions return to normal, so all speed games return to normal here. The problem is that the Lunala is the threat, but I need to get rid of that, I need to get rid of the Urshifu too. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just Terra Grass, Giga Drain the Urshifu, try and take that out turn 1 here, and I'll deal with the Lunala in a bit. Hopefully it'll waste another turn going for a, for the boosted, for the Meteor Beam, which again takes a turn to charge up, but we'll have to wait and see. There's the Aqua Jet. We take that one nice and easy. Alright, +2 Moongeist Beam. We should take this somewhat well. We are in Assault Vest. Oh, we take that really, really well. There we go. And we get the Giga Drain off, take down the Urshifu, and now we are in the driver's seat for the victory. So there we go. So we now have the advantage here because this Lunala should not be able to do enough damage to our Ho-Oh. And we can just go ahead and Charge Beam to get up our boost. Okay, yep, he's going to try and boost up as well. Meteor Beam. again, it takes a turn to charge and is not super effective on me anymore, so we should be, again, in the driver's seat to get this one. They'll be going back from from the half any moment, so again, we will be getting ready for this one. Alright, there we go. So here's the meteor beam. This is the most damage he's going to be able to output, and oh yeah, gotta love that damage. So there we go. We get a second charge beam off, and again, these charge beams should be able to start boosting our special attack up just a little bit. Oh, our light screen's about to run out, though. Alright, I think we go one more charge beam here while we have... wait, we have one or two more turns of light screen. We've got one turn. So during this last turn of light screen, we're going to go ahead and get the charge beam off. Try and get at least one more boost up, and then we will... go ahead and we are going to be just Giga draining, because we are going to start to actually feel the damage from this thing. And once again, we missed the boost. Come on, man. Alright, so they're getting ready to come back from the commercial break, or from half, and we are going to be getting ready for some action here. So there we go. There's the Giga Drain. That does enough. Alright, so we are going to be able to... So, we're going to be able to win this one here. Next hit should get the job done. And here we go. Let's see. He's throwing out the Moon Geist beam. We're going to see the kick here in a moment. The kick is up, and it is going to be out the back of the end zone, and that will be brought out to the 30-yard line, and that is where they will pick this one up as we take our win. Here we go. Alright, so we get this one done. And, yeah, we got ourselves a pretty good game going here. So, there we go. We got that one. Played that one pretty close to as good as I think we could have. And, I'll just get ourselves back down here. And, again, we are being brought out to the 30 here to start the, second half here. Alright, so here we go. Pittsburgh. They snap, hands it off to Najee, who gets dropped for a loss, and that is a big loss, too. That is not good. Alright, so there we go. We are flipping on over. Boom. Nope, not that one. That one. There we go. Alright, so there we go. So, again, we will get the time synced up here in a moment. Alright, here we go. Takes snap, drops back, looking. Fires a short pass to Najee here. And that's going to about get them back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe another yard or two, but it's still going to be 3rd and long here. After the loss of yards from Najee on that first play. And it is going to be 3rd and 8 is the official measurement. And there we go. Hey, Matt, how's it going? Yeah, we just got done doing a quick Pokemon battle at halftime. And Matt is joining us for the second half. Alright, here we go. 3rd and 8. Alright, so here we go. 3rd and 8. Takes snap, drops back, looking, fires it up, and off the hands of Calvin Austin, and that is going to be 4th down. 4th down, that stops the clock because it is a incomplete pass, and man, I cannot believe that. Calvin Austin just slips right through his hand. It is slightly overthrown, but I mean, that was about as perfect. It was about as great of a beating coverage as you could have asked for. Kick is up, and it is going to be fielded at the 20. Bit of a weird thing going on there to the 35, and that is about where they're going to get stopped. So that is where we're going to see the Cincinnati offense take back over control of the football. And we are going to be, I'm excited. I want to see Burrow and the Bengals in the playoffs. If it couldn't be my Colts, I'm hoping to see Burrow and the Bengals make it. So there we go. They get that all set up, and we are ready for some second half football. Welcome on in. Looks like we got a slight favor to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So here we go. All right. So I will try and have tomorrow's stream scheduled nice and early. So hopefully you guys can go ahead and set your reminders and everything. But we will be streaming two games tomorrow. We will be streaming Broncos Chiefs, and we will be streaming the whatchamacallit, the night game, the Minnesota Vikings versus the Detroit Lions. So there we go, and we are all set up. Unfortunately, I did have to sit out the podcast this week. The Hard Count podcast, they decided to record during the game, which I cannot think of a stupider thing that they could have done, but hopefully none of them are watching this. But yeah, I cannot think of a stupider thing to do to try and record an NFL podcast during a crucial, essentially a playoff game. So again, if the Steelers win this, they lock themselves into that 5 seed and don't have to worry about who they are. They will be playing the Houston Texans if they lose. If they lose and the and the Chargers win their game, they will end up playing the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore for their first round playoff matchup, and that is not something the Steelers want, especially if a lot of Steelers fans looking for that first playoff win in a long time. In fact, I believe it would be the first playoff win with TJ Watt on the team, which is just an insane thing to think about that TJ Watt has not seen a playoff win. All right, so let's go ahead and trim some time off the clock here. 13:24 on the clock here. Joe Burrow getting lined up and ready to go ahead and see this one. Jamar Chase so far, he's been targeted 7 times for 5 catches, 41 yards, and a TD. And here we go. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking. Burrow fires downfield, and ooh, wow! I thought it was about to be an interception, but nope. Straight to T. Higgins, finds him, and that is going to be first down, Bengals. There we go. So yeah, Bengals with a nice, easy first down. Oh, actually, I'm not sure that was quite a first down because I want to see that one more time in a little bit slower motion. But here we go, handoff here to Khalil Herbert. They counted it. They didn't double check it, but I could have sworn that ball bounced off the ground as he was catching it. But again, they've got multiple cameras. They should be able to have seen if that thing bounced off the turf. But yeah, there we go. And again, right now it is just about ticking the time down here. And the Bengals are going to try and just nice, slow and steady drive down the field here. Get some points on the board. Try and extend this lead to 2 touchdowns. And try and make this one a very hard one for them to overcome. Takes snap, drops back, looking, throws it up, finds number 88. That is Mike Gesicki for a first down, Bengals. And then looks like they are continuing to tick the clock, but they did pause it for a moment, so we will do the same to sync the clock back up. First and 10 for the Bengals. Here we go. Takes snap, throws it, finds Jamar Chase, and oh wow, he gets taken down. Nope, the ball comes out at the end, but I believe he was already down before that. So yeah, Jamar Chase, Triple Crown. He's looking for the Triple Crown, leading in receptions, yards, and TDs of all wide receivers. I say, going back to 1970, the only receivers to have gotten the Triple Crown, you had Cooper Kupp a couple years ago was the most recent Triple Crown recipient. Here we go. We are settling in here. 2nd and 3. He takes snap, handoff here to Khalil Herbert, who tries to force his way up the middle. And oh, we're going to have to wait and see where they spot this ball. Yeah, he was on a bit of a roller coaster ride there. The refs are signaling first down. So it is going to be first down. First down Bengals. All right, there we go. So here we go. 8 TDs on opening drive of second half. Tied for the most. Wow. Takes snap, drops back, looking, fires, finds Chase to the 20, and ooh. That one was rough, but he gets it, and it is going to be crossing the 10-minute mark here. 2nd and 1. They didn't quite get the first. But again, this offense is just humming, and the best thing about it is, again, just the fact that if they can get an ounce of daylight, they can turn it into a sunburn with those wide receivers. And there we go, hand off to Khalil Herbert, and he is no pushover either. 1st and 10 from about the 14. So, again, they are chugging along here. This is a well-oiled machine here. They are just working their way through this one. Here we go. Takes snap, throws it, finds Sample for a short gain. Going to be about a 2, maybe 3 yard gain at most there. So there we go. Takes snap, 2nd and 8. Burrow fires in the flat to Khalil Herbert, who fights forward, and that might be a first down. It's either going to be 3rd and short. They're calling it 3rd and short. I want to see a replay of this one because I thought he might have gotten it. Peyton Wilson on the tackle, but let's see. Oh, yep, no, he stepped out of bounds a little bit short. That's going to be it's going to be 3rd and 3 or 4 here. So there we go. Here we go. Drops back. Burrow dancing around in the pocket. No, Burrow taking a costly sack here. And they are going to have to go ahead and kick this one away. Or sorry, not kick it away, but they will kick the field. They'll attempt a field goal there. All right, so there we go. And again, that is just an unfortunate one. Ooh, wow. Burrow ended up with a lot of dirt in his helmet there as well. A bunch of the grass ended up in his helmet. They go to commercial before we get the field goal attempt here. So there we go. We're still a commercial break. You guys are not missing anything. And as soon as I have something I can, as we can see on screen, we will let you guys know, and we will hopefully have a good game ahead of us. So yeah, we're just at a commercial break. Don't you guys worry. We will be back with more coverage as soon as we get it. There we go. Alright, so again, we got 6 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for all 6 of you guys that are deciding to spend some of your time here with us as we are chilling out. Again, it is going to be a field goal attempt here. And was that Burrow going to the. Please tell me that was not Burrow going to the blue medical tent. Because Burrow is one of the most watchable things about this team, and if he is gone, that certainly puts a hamper on any real excitement about the potential of them going to the playoffs. But here we go. Cade York lining up a long, I say a long field goal. About the same length as the one he missed the other day. 35-yard attempt. Just got to nail it. Takes the snap. The kick is up, and it is good. And that is going to be field goal, extending it to a 9-point lead. Now it is out of the range of a one drive lead. Not even with the 2-point conversion, they couldn't tie it up. So there we go. Now you just got to avoid going 3 and out on your next drive, Bengals. All right, so there we go. Let's see. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Again, Bengals about to kick this one back to the Steelers. Let's get the ball moved over. And it will be all right, and just under 7 minutes as it will be out the back of the end zone and to the 30-yard line. So 6:56 on the clock. And again, we are getting ready for this one. So far, Russell Wilson, he's 50-50. He's been 50-50 on passing. He's gone 5 for 10 for a little over 50 yards, and hasn't thrown a pick yet, but he also has yet to throw a touchdown. So here we go, handoff up the middle, running. There we go. Jaylen Warren showing some of the spark that he needs to potentially be the feature running back next year, and why he should be the feature running back next year. There we go. Talking about the last 13 seasons in the playoffs, a 3-8 record in the playoffs, including 5 straight losses. So it's been 6 playoff games. So basically 6 years since they won a playoff game. Which, again, that is just a staggering amount to think that they've gone that long without a playoff win here. Handoff to Najee, who runs it up the middle, and that is going to be first down. Steelers, and they are doing well. They're playing. They're playing with a lot of heart here. The question is, do they have enough? I would question if they have enough here, but again, they've shown a lot of fight this entire year to keep it close enough. Obviously, the Christmas Day game was probably their biggest embarrassment as a team. Takes snap, handoff here to Najee, runs it up the middle, and that goes next to nowhere. Alright, so there we go. So far, the Steelers, they've got 20 rushing plays and only 12 passing plays so far. 2nd and 8. Steelers under center. Russ under center. Takes snap. Fakes the handoff. Looking. Russell Wilson throws it up and it is just going to be thrown away. So here you go. 3rd and 8. Come on, Steelers. You guys got to try and find something here. If you can't find something, just get down the drive and hopefully you can make something happen. Alright, let's see. Showing the throwaway once again there. Alright, so here we go. Let's see. Oh, needed to stop the clock there for a moment. Apparently it stopped at 4:49. Oh, yep, right there. That's where it got stopped. And yep, there we go. Jordan Battle there. He played all 17 games this year. But man, a little bit of a rookie mistake there. Costing. Oh no, actually not a rookie mistake because it didn't end up costing the team any positioning here. But here we go. Takes snap, drops back, looking. He's gonna fire it. Russ looking for it all. Pickens incomplete. And there we go. Pickens drops it incomplete, and that is gonna be a massive, massive moment here. This is the moment that we are gonna see the turnover. Alright, so there we go. Alright, and the Steelers take the snap. The kick is up, and it will be to the 10 to the 5. And that is where the ball will roll out of bounds there for the Steelers. Alright, let's see. And here we go. Burrow and the Bengals heading back out there to go ahead and see if they can drive back down the field and maybe make this a full-on 2-touchdown game. It's already a 9-point lead, which is a good way to start. Alright, so there we go. We are chilling out. I'm going to go ahead and run a quick commercial break, go use the bathroom, and I will be right back, guys. here we go. Takes the snap and runs up the middle with Khalil Herbert, and that is a big time pickup on the first down. On the first down, it'll be second and short here now. Joe Burrow. I say the highs and lows. Joe Burrow taking a couple of sacks that he probably didn't need to, but on the plus side, Joe Burrow making some great plays, and hopefully he is back out here for this next drive. It looks like Burrow. So here we go. Second and two, takes snap, handoff here, runs it up the middle, and that is once again first down. There we go. Making some good moves, and we got ourselves. We are back invested in this game because again, I thought Burrow might be, Lindley might be down, and that would have been certainly bad. So here we go. First and 10 here for the first and 10 for the Bengals. Takes snap. Fakes. No, he actually hands it off to Khalil Herbert, but gets stuffed at the line. Might gain a yard or so, depending on where they deem his forward progress got to, but you can say now right about at line of scrimmage here. And not a lot of time left in this third quarter. Third quarter is taken away. They did give him a yard. So they gave him 1 yard on that one. And here we go. Let's see what we got. Takes a snap, drops back, looking. Burrow fires, finds his sample, and he takes it across the yard mark there. So there we go. Third down. Here we go. Burrow, they're just making those nice quick shots. All right, so here we go. Third and 1. Burrow takes snap, hands it off to Khalil Herbert, who runs it up the middle, and that is a first down, Bengals. And the Bengals are really making this one work. They're making the Steelers work for this one, but it looks like we might be seeing the Bengals at least do what they need to be in position for a playoff spot. One day, say about 24 hours from now, we will know who every single person in the playoffs is. Hey, how's it going? All right, there we go. Minute 36 on the clock here as we are ticking through the third quarter. And again, this third quarter, it's gone by in a flash here. Burrow takes snap, drops back, throws it up, looking for a chase, and finds him. First down. Runs out of bounds to stop the clock, I believe. No, that did not stop the clock. I paused it for a moment. Right, so yep, Jamar Chase, knowing how to get that ball in, brings it in and gets the first down. Now, first and 10 for the Bengals. Gonna see the handoff here to Khalil Herbert on the first down. Spin move, gets up the middle, and there we go. Did I change my animation on top? No. Everything, as far as I'm aware, is still the same as it has been. Why? Is something look different? Because if so, I can fix it if something's wrong. But as far as I know, everything's normal. The only different thing might be the sizing because for whatever reason, it seems like every time I load up the 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 stopwatch software, the size on the font is different, so the numbers on the time spot is always seems to be different. And there we go. That is going to be the end of the third quarter, and we are heading on to quarter number 4. One more quarter, 15 minutes here. And again, the Steelers, they have a potential date with the Houston Texans in the playoffs if they can just win tonight. And I say if they can't get it done tonight, they will be relying on the Chargers to lose to the Raiders tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow at noon. So there we go. Got that flipped on over. Okay, it just looks a little different since you haven't been here in a while. So yeah, I think the only thing I changed mid-season was that we went to actually using the timer versus the the old method of basically just putting up the quarter number in the middle and then just counting them down. I have the graphics for both, but the graphics for the regular one are on my actual computer. I'm having to borrow one of my parents' computers to be able to stream, so it's part of why some of the things might be a little bit different. But again, going into next season, I will be redesigning the layout because again, this one was kind of Frankenstein together to fit the timing. Hey, Rising Rhino, how is it going? There we go. Rhino, you streaming? You should be streaming this one too, right? Unless you already turned off the game because it's looking like it might end up being a blowout. But say, thank you, Rising Rhino, for popping on in. There we go. I think the Chargers will win against the Raiders, 35-17. Yeah, I'm not expecting the Raiders to beat the Chargers. I'm just saying it is a possible one. Okay, we're just getting a Rhino raid in the middle of this. Okay, I thought there we go. Thank you, Rising Rhino, for popping on in here. And saying, if anyone in here happens to not know who Rising Rhino is, he's a fellow Colts fan who covers the NFL. Over on his own channel over there, he streams a lot of. He's able to actually stream a lot of the 1 o'clock games that I can't get to. So there we go. Welcome on in. Hey, Giants fan, how's it going? Dave Rogers popping on in. Yeah, thank you guys for everybody that's popping on in. Greg Fisher, thank you guys for popping on in. Again, we are getting ready. We've got 1 quarter of football left. As we are getting ready for this one, I will be streaming both the not Chargers, the Broncos Chiefs game tomorrow night, along with the Sunday night football game. I am not going to be home for the first game of the for the first slot, but thank you guys for everybody that is popping on in. There we go. Takes the snap. Burrow looking for the end zone. Oh, nope, not the end zone. Finds Jamar Chase, but not sure if that's going to be a first down. Are they going to declare that a catch? They're declaring it a catch. Let's go. There we go. Thank you guys for everybody that popped on in here. Seth Messersmith on the as a part of the raid. There we go. Yep, in just one moment, and everybody comes on in. Yep, thank you guys for everybody that came on in. Jack McCool, thank you for coming on in. And yeah, thanks to Rising Rhino for the raid. Massive thank you there. And yeah, we are just chilling out. Hopefully, everybody's enjoying it. And we actually gained 2 subscribers there as well. Thank you guys for everybody that dropped the sub, hit the like button, and hopefully everybody enjoys the content. If you guys enjoy, feel free to stick around. All right, we are gonna go ahead and fix the timer because I forgot to hit the start button. Actually, it'll probably be quicker if I just do it this way. Made it there. 3, 2, 1. There we go. We're just about right. The Bengals are going to win. Yeah, it's definitely looking that way, and that's going to make tomorrow very interesting as we've got both the Miami Dolphins and the Kansas City Chiefs versus Denver Broncos. Both those games happening at the exact same time. It's going to be a constant game of okay, do the Kansas City Chiefs even want to win? Because they don't want to let Burrow and the Bengals into the playoffs. That would be about the worst thing imaginable for them. So here we go, showing the receiving work here for both T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. My dad had Jamar Chase all season in fantasy. I had T. Higgins, so we were constantly fighting over these receivers. Let's see, Eagles will win 24-21 over the Giants. Yeah, I mean that one it's going to come down to the quality of the backup on Philly because they're not going to be playing their starters because there's nothing really to play for. But yeah, here we go. Takes the snap, drops back. Oh, and gets blasted. Khalil Herbert just gets blasted here, third down. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be a close game between the Eagles and Giants just because, again, I think the Eagles are going to be resting basically all the starters because, again, there's nothing for them to play for. So I could see the Giants putting up a score similar to what they did against the Colts a week ago. But yeah, a couple of the other games coming up though in that 1 o'clock slot. I have the Buccaneers taking down the Saints to lock in the AFC South. Or not AFC South, the NFC South. Here we go. Burrow takes snap. Oh, and a quick pass finds Henderson. First down, Bengals. There we go. But yeah, Buccaneers. I have them beating the Saints, which will make the Falcon game irrelevant because the Falcons need to win and they need the Buccaneers to lose to have a shot at the playoff spot. I also think the Rams are going to win over the Seahawks. The Seahawks would love to go ahead and get that win to try and lock themselves into the to the playoffs with that NFC West slot, but I don't think it's going to happen. Hand off here to Khalil Herbert there. Yeah, first and goal from the 10, and they run out the middle, get about a yard or two. So yeah, let's see. What are some of the other games coming up? I think the Rams will lose to the Seahawks because Puka Nakua and Stafford are hurt. Okay, yeah. If that is if both Puka and Stafford are hurt, there is definitely a big question mark there. My Ravens just beat the yeah, my Ravens beat the Steelers and they beat the Browns. Yep. Here we go. Hand takes a snap, throws it up, finds number 80, the one guy I can't pronounce his name on the Bengals, but yep. But yeah, the Ravens have looked really good. Yeah, I'm curious to see again. It'll come down to who their first round matchup is. I honestly think the Ravens would rather face the Steelers than trying to deal with that Chargers team. But again, it is going to be a. I think the Ravens are going to probably make it to. Well, I think they're easily going to make it to the divisional round, and then it comes down to who their divisional round opponent is going to be. I think there's a good chance that they end up playing the LA Chargers, and I think they go all the way to the conference championship. Yeah, and then that's where I think they might run into some trouble. Again, it depends on if it's Mahomes, is it Burrow, is it Allen, is it Bo Nix and the Broncos on a miracle run. We don't really know what it'll be, but I see the Ravens getting through 2 rounds of the playoffs, I think. Okay, they were both in the doubtful section at the bottom of the screen. Okay, well, let me go ahead and see if I can find anything on that. As a Saquon Barkley, they got a Mario Kart graphic here with Saquon Barkley and Joe Burrow. And here we go. Let's see. Matt Stafford injury. Let's see. Hey, here we go. Throws back in the end zone. Incomplete. 3rd and goal. And that now becomes 4th and goal for the Bengals. And give me a second and I will fix the clock again. I forgot to stop the clock when he was throwing the incompletion. So there we go. I believe it's at 11 minutes. So I just need to go ahead and reset it to 11. All right, here we go. Matt Stafford injury. Injury update. Here we go. Let's see what we got from USA Today. Okay, so Stafford is doubtful. All right, so that is certainly not trending too well. Yeah, it looks like he is doubtful. Let's see. What about Puka? Because that is the other one. Is Puka Nakua injured? Let's see. And that was from November 1st, so it looks like Puka Nakua should be good to go. But it does look like it's going to be Matt Stafford who will be doubtful. So let's go ahead and see injury updates. Rams injury updates. Let's go ahead and just see if we have any other ones that might be a thing. Okay, so the Rams are going to rest starters Matt Stafford, Kyron Williams, Kevin Dotson, Puka Nakua, and Cooper Kupp. Oh my. Okay, so they must feel they've got this playoff spot already in the bag. I thought that if the Seahawks beat them, basically no matter what, I thought that that they were out. But again, when you're so again, the Rams are resting all those starters. So I do need is it Puka Nakua's knee. I saw the knee injury, but that knee injury was all the way back there. Again, maybe they are locked in, but because again, you wouldn't rest that many starters if you weren't, right? Give me a second to go ahead. I'm gonna pull up the playoff machine and just see what we've got. So again, we know that game. I'm gonna put in a Bengals victory, and let's see that Seahawks Rams game. Let's go ahead and see. So Rams win. Obviously, Rams lock in. If the Rams lose to the Seahawks, they stay in. Okay. So so let's see if I can figure out if there is a method for the Seahawks to sneak in. Yeah, because it might be that when it comes to the strength of victory on the thing. So here we go. They did kick a field goal there, by the way, and we will have the. They're gonna kick this one up. Let's see. Just playing around right now with the playoff machine, trying to see if there's any way I can get the Seahawks in. Because if not, because I thought that the Seahawks had a shot to get in. Was it on a tie, maybe? No? Okay, so Seahawks winning. That should absolutely be their best shot in. Hmm. All right, so it looks like the Rams might have the playoff spot already clinched based on my playing around there. They're not in? Yeah, okay, they clinched it. Okay, I was going to say. All right. I do need the Bengals to win. I wish Joe Burrow could stop playing bad in the red zone. Yeah, that would definitely be nice if they could learn how to play better in that in the red zone there. Yeah, and not have to settle for so many field goals, especially after their kicker nearly killed them with a field goal miss last week against the Broncos. So there we go. Again, we're getting everything linched up. So yeah, if Denver loses to KC, Denver might not be in the playoffs. Yeah, if Denver loses, they are almost certainly not going to be in. So there we go, and throws it incomplete, and that is going to be 2nd and 10 here. All right, so you think the Rams are going to lose in the wild card? Well, let's see who their opponent is likely going to be. If they end up at the 4 seed, so let's say Rams lose to the Seahawks and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win, which I think is probably likely. I think that going up against Minnesota, yeah, I can see that being a one and done. Takes snap, throws it, finds Van Jefferson. But if they end up matched up against Washington, I think, assuming that the Rams are healthy for the game against Washington, I would say that I think I'd give the Rams a good chance to win that one. So again, it just comes down to what happens in that Buccaneers game. as to whether or not we have whether or not they're in the 3 seed or the 4 seed, and whether or not they're playing the Commanders, the Vikings, or the Lions potentially after after tomorrow night's game. So again, there's a list of. I'll say even theoretically, there is a situation where they end up playing Green Bay, which would also be a little bit of a landmine. So again, I think the Rams' best possible opponent would be for them to play the Commanders here, as Najee runs right up the middle. Man, he is just a battering ram up the middle there. But yeah, it looks like the best opponent there would be the Washington Commanders. Yeah, no, Steelers aren't. I'm thinking maybe the Steelers win a wild card game, and that would be about the best I could see. Lions to the Super Bowl. Yeah, that would be nice to see. I think almost everybody. I think anybody outside of the Lions division would be a-okay with that for a Super Bowl opponent. Obviously, I think yeah, obviously Green Bay and Minnesota don't want to see that, but I think literally every other team in the NFL would love to see that one. But yeah, so the way it works is that if Kansas City beats Denver, which I think is very possible, the next team in line is the Miami Dolphins. If the Dolphins are able to beat the Jets, the Dolphins would get in. If the Dolphins lose or tie to the Jets, and Cincinnati holds on to win this game tonight, then the Bengals would be the team sneaking in at that 7 seed. So there we go. Eagles are good, but I miss Hurts bad. Yeah. Well, on the plus side, you're resting him this week. You don't need to worry. You'll be going in as the 7 seed, or not as the 7 seed. You'll be going in to face the 7 seed, whoever that ends up being. And yeah, hopefully Jalen Hurts is back and ready for that game. But yeah, resting all the starters. Tua is so broken. Yep. I mean, I still can't believe again the Rams game was I think for me the game that really kind of told me that Tua really is just gonna end up breaking himself a ton because yeah, the way he long darted his head into the kneecap of a Rams defender. So yep, there we go. And there's Najee Harris coming off the field and going towards the medical tent. Hopefully he is okay. You'd hate to see anything bad happen to him. Let's see what happened on this hit. Oh, he took a helmet hit from Pratt on the number 47 on the or 57, sorry, 57 on the defense, and he just takes a hellacious hit there. Hopefully, again, Najee is okay. You'd hate to see anything bad happen to him here. Each team from the west to east to north to south. You talking about each and every team or each playoff team? Because that could be definitely a way different conversation. But yeah, we can definitely do that. So here we go. Oh no, did George Pickens fumble that? Let's see. They're blowing the play dead here. Let's see. Yeah, Buccaneers I think win the South. I think they win their game against the Saints, especially where the Saints don't have Mike Evans eraser, aka what was his name, Marshawn Lattimore anymore. Because for whatever reason, Marshawn Lattimore was an absolute beast at locking it up. Okay, each playoff team. Yeah. All right. So yeah, we'll go through that at the next commercial break here. But Russell Wilson taking off and running. There we go. That's the kind of play we're looking for out of Russell Wilson. A little bit of vintage rush coming out. So how about this? We'll start with the AFC side of things. We'll talk about that, and then we'll move over to the NFC since we just talked quite a bit about the NFC. So, all right. First off, 1st and 10. Russell Wilson takes a snap, throws it up, looking to the end zone. Pat Fryermuth, touchdown Steelers. And there we go. The Steelers are on the board, and they have a shot. They have got a shot. All they need to do is go ahead and get this touch. They need this. They need this touchdown. And now they need to be able to stop the Bengals on the following drive. Stop the Bengals, yeah, with plenty of time, potentially a 3-and-out here, but Pat Freiermuth being able to get that one done, that is a big time win for the Steelers. Again, they're playing for that 5 seed here. The kick is up, and it is going to be good. There we go. All right, so I'm going to reset the playoff machine as well real quick. So, all right, so they go to commercial break. We will start by talking about the thing. Let me just go ahead and pull up the chat so I can read chat while I'm talking about this. So, give me a moment, guys. All right, let's see. Can you make a video about it on every team next year? Possibly, yeah. We'll see. When the preseason is done, yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna say throughout the majority of the first half of the season, I'm primarily a motorsports guy, so yeah. But I can definitely try and fit a video talking about the NFL in next year as we get close to the start of the season. All right. So first off, obviously AFC. We'll start with the 1 seed. Kansas City Chiefs lock that up with the Christmas win over the Steelers. Yeah, so that one is a lock. Buffalo, I believe, even with a win and a loss here, Jets are bad every year. When they had Zach Wilson, he was when they got Rochester, still worse. Yeah. So I think even if Buffalo loses and the Ravens win, I think that game stays. I think that seeding stays the same. Oh wait, Ravens already won. So yeah. So all right. So Buffalo at the 2 seed. They are locked into the 2 seed. And I think Buffalo is just quivering in their boots about the idea that they might have to play Burrow in the first round of the playoffs. But Buffalo at the 2 seed, they will play whoever the 7 seed is. Currently in line to be Denver. Baltimore will get a home playoff game after the win earlier tonight. Zay Flowers went down with an injury, which is going to be a little bit curious. We'll have to wait a day or two to kind of hear the actual result as to what that is. And then the Houston Texans, they've locked up the AFC South, and they will be the 4 seed. And whoever the 5 seed ends up being will play Houston in Houston. The 5 seed is where things will start to get interesting as the Chargers and Pittsburgh are both tied right now. It comes down to what ends up happening. If Pittsburgh loses this game tonight, the LA Chargers will provisionally take the spot. Now, if the Chargers also lose their game to the Raiders, they will give back the 5 seed. But again, I'm anticipating a win, so based on how this game is looking, I would anticipate that we are going to see the Chargers versus Houston. Pittsburgh will have to travel to Baltimore to play the Baltimore Ravens, which that is going to be a nasty game. And then Buffalo will play the 7 seed. 7 seed time. That is going to be where Denver comes into the situation. If Denver wins their game against the Chiefs, they are in. Yeah, if the Chiefs do prevail, again, it then falls to the Dolphins, which all they need to do is beat the Jets, and they are in. And if they don't, if some by some miracle both the Chiefs and the Jets win, and the Bengals do hold on to this game that they've got right now, the that would promote the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow into the playoffs. So that is your AFC half of the bracket. So there we go. It should be the Bills second. Yeah, there we go. The Bucks are in the hunt. Yeah, the Bucks are absolutely in the hunt. They're over on the they're it's them or the Falcons. And here we go. Takes snap. Burrow looking, throws it up, finds Gesicki over the middle, and that is going to be first down. But yeah, the Buccaneers are in the hunt. In fact, Buccaneers control their own destiny after the Falcons lost on Sunday Night Football last week. Yeah, Steelers probably lose to the Ravens again. Yeah, yeah, that is what I'm expecting. But it is a hard, say Pittsburgh is not a team that's going to go down easy. Case in point tonight, a game that realistically doesn't mean a ton. I mean, obviously, being able to play Houston is a big difference to beating or to playing the Baltimore Ravens. But yeah, as I say, Pittsburgh will play pretty much any team that they play tough. The problem is hoping that they don't give up too early. But yeah, so yeah, here we go. 2nd and 14 here for the Bengals, and they have burned up a couple timeouts here as well. So here we go. Throws it and incomplete to Jamar Chase. That will stop the clock there. So let me go ahead and get the timeouts fixed here. Then we'll talk about the NFC side of things. The Lions will have to play the Packers if they lose to tomorrow night's game. They will probably have to play the Packers. Oh wait, no, they won't have to play the Packers. They won't have to play the Packers in round one. Packers would have to survive here. So where's the ball, Bengals? Yeah, 3rd and 14 here for the Bengals. Let's see. Takes a snap, drops back, throws over the middle, finds the receiver Mike Gesicki for a good pickup, but that's gonna be 4th down. And here we go, 4th down. There we go. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and talk about the NFC side of things here in a moment. Just fixing the overlays real quick to go ahead and take out those 2 timeouts the Bengals have burned here. And they've got their punter out here as they're going to go ahead and punt this one away. Ryan Rako on the kick. Kick is up, and it will be Pittsburgh fielding it and down at the 10. Wow, they got stopped there. Oh, sorry. Yep, completely forgot to move the ball. But oh well, it's back to the Steelers ball anyway, and we got to stop it. Yeah. All right, but yeah, I'll try and keep a better eye on that next on this next couple of drives here. Cause yeah. All right, so there we go. Who would the Bills play in the playoffs? So they are going to play the 7 seed. So as of right now, it is slated to be Denver for the Bills. And wow, I was expecting a little bit more commercial break than that, but okay, here we go. So again, the Bills will be playing the Denver Broncos, assuming the Broncos win. If the Broncos don't win, then they will play the no Chargers. Bills Chargers can't happen in round one. Chargers are locked into a 5 or a 4 seed. A 5 or a 6 seed. Because the say I don't think there's any way that they can drop to the 7 seed for the Chargers. And here we go, throws it, finds Pat Fryermuth for a good game. There we go, 3rd down. It's gonna be 3rd and short here. So yeah, they will play whoever ends up getting in on that 7. Again, that's the whole Broncos, Dolphins, Bengals revolving door. Takes snap and Russell Wilson ends up throwing it away. Almost gets it to George Pickens there. Yeah, Chargers are the 6 seed, but there's no way for the Ravens cannot overtake the Bills. Yeah, so that is where the Chargers they're currently the 6 seed. They could potentially end up as the 5 seed if they win and Pittsburgh loses. Yeah, they would end up becoming the 5 seed, and it would be Chargers Houston. And again, that is what I'm anticipating we're going to end up seeing as well. And there we go. The punt is up. And oh, was that a muff punt? Was that a muff punt? Was there contact with a Bengal before the Steelers recovered that? If so, that was a big blunder here. Let's see. Oh, yep, it touches one of the Bengals' feet, and that is gonna be recovered by the Steelers. Oh my. No. I don't know though. Yep. Okay. Yep. He recovered the ball and secured it before sliding out of bounds. So that is the Steelers' first down, and we are right back to in this. Steelers are right back in this thing. All right. So here we go. Let's see. What do we got? We got 5:14 on the clock. It is Steelers ball. All right. So there we go. So again, over on the NFC side of things, um, unless Washington loses to the uh, if Pittsburgh if Pittsburgh wins, who do they play? So if Pittsburgh wins this game, um, so if Pittsburgh wins this game, they will face Houston. They will clinch the 5 seed, no matter what the Chargers do, and they will get to travel to Houston to go play the Houston Texans. Yeah, the only way that the Chargers have a shot to go ahead and do it would be the only way that the Pittsburgh Steelers wouldn't be traveling to Houston would be if they lose tonight and the Chargers win. And there we go. Throws it up. Pat Fryermuth. That might be enough for a first down. We'll have to wait and see on the measurement, but it's going to be close. They're calling it third down. But yeah, so uh, on the NFC side of things, though, Green Bay, barring a Cowboys win over the Washington Commanders, Green Bay will end up as the 7th seed and have to face Philly in the first round of the playoffs. Philly is locked into the 2 seed, so there is no movement there. Washington, currently at the 6th seed, would have to play the Rams. And there we go, another run to the side. Cordero Patterson on the carry, and that's it. They're trying to make some moves here. 2nd and 9 here. But yeah, again, right now the biggest thing we're still waiting on is which NFC North team ends up getting the playoff spot, the first round bye. Detroit currently holds it. Minnesota's looking for it, and they will be playing for it on Sunday Night Football tomorrow night, which we will be streaming. So there we go. But yeah, Russell Wilson taking another unnecessary sack there. Granted, I will say that was actually a good play by the Bengals defense. I don't think there was much. I mean, Russ was on pace to get that ball out in a normal time there. Yeah, Rams are the 3 seed currently on the NFC side of things. Here we go. Throws it up, looking for the end zone, off the hands of Mike Williams, incomplete. But yeah, so the reason why the Rams are the 3 seed, even though they've actually got the one of the worst rankings, is because of obviously your all of your 1 through 4 seed are your division winners no matter what. So, for example, I mean that's why Houston at a 9-7 record is gonna have a home game, and they are the 4 seed. So, all right, you're heading to bed. All right, well, have a good night, and hopefully we'll see you in the streams tomorrow. Again, 4:30 for the. We'll be streaming the 4:30 game for the Chiefs Broncos, and we will be streaming the night game between the Vikings and Lions. So, 2 good games. Looking forward to it. Hopefully, you guys are excited. I know I certainly am. And we still got a final 3.5 minutes here on this one. 3rd and 25 here for the Steelers, though. This is going to be a big play. They got to come up big here. Third and 25. It might as well be a mile here. Russell Wilson in shotgun. Let's see. Draws. Oh, no. He goes for a short pass and just get. What was the decision making there? Pittsburgh needs to win because I don't feel like playing Pittsburgh again. Well, I think Pittsburgh just gave up right there. Because, yeah, Pittsburgh. Why do you go for a short pass on third and 25? I mean, honestly, I go for a. If I'm the coach there, I go for the deep bomb there and potentially hope to either find pass interference or a successful catch for a first down. The kick is up. It's good, and they are going to go ahead and make this one close. And now it is a 2-point game here, 19-17. Again, they're making this one closer than it has to be, but man. All right, so now it'll be up to the Bengals to not muff the kick, and hopefully we can actually see the Steelers take the L here. But yeah, I understand from Ravens fans not wanting to face the Pittsburgh Steelers again because the Pittsburgh Steelers, again, they are a rough team that no matter how many times you play them, they are going to play you tough. And especially if your team is even remotely injured, you don't want to end up more injured going into the next round of the playoffs if you can avoid them. Especially if you can pawn them off on someone like Houston who might be able to take care of them in the first round. But honestly, the way they're playing tonight, I don't know. I think that the Steelers could probably take the Houston Texans, and in that situation, I think they'd end up playing the Ravens, assuming the Ravens win. But here we go. The Cincinnati Bengals on the return game to the 45. There we go. Nice big return game there for the for the Cincinnati Bengals. Running 10 seconds off the clock there, and yeah, we got ourselves 2.5 minutes left here. One timeout left for the Bengals. All three available for the Steelers. All right, but yeah, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. If you guys are, of course, hit the like button, subscribe if you guys are new. We are trying to hit 2,800 subscribers here by the end of the month. That was originally our goal for the end of year, but aren't going to be able to hit that, obviously, as it's already the new year. And a run play up the middle, that's going to be second down. And again, the biggest thing that's going to do is going to be attempting to try and make Pittsburgh burn timeouts, which, there we go. Pittsburgh calls their first timeout of the half. So there we go. All right, so again, Pittsburgh calling their first timeout here. All the Bengals need to do is get a first down after that 2-minute warning, and it will be basically game over. Currently sitting at 2779 on the subscriber count. You would love to see us hit 2,800 at some point. Let's see. Second and 8. So again, 2nd and 8 here. Let's see what they got. Takes snap, throws it, finds Jamar Chase. Short pass, but he gets a bunch of yards after contact, making this one let's say that's gonna make this one 3rd and short, and that is gonna be another timeout here from the Steelers, and that is gonna be their second timeout of the night. And there we go again. Right now, Pittsburgh, they're trying everything they can, but as of right now, it looks like it's gonna end up being the Bengals to come out on top here. Joe Burrow being a big part of that as he's been able to just throw the ball downfield. He found Jamar Chase for the one and only touchdown on the night, and then their field goal kicker, York. I mean, he has been a absolute lifesaver tonight. Here we go, the Bengals Lined up, 2:19 on the clock here. Steelers still have one timeout. Takes a snap, drops back, looking. Burrow gets tripped, and that's a loss of yards, and that's going to be a fourth down and long here. And now the Steelers have a shot here. We're going to tick down to the 2-minute warning, and that is going to be the 2-minute warning. So Burrow and the Bengals are going to have to punt this one away on fourth down probably, and it is going to be it's going to be Steelers ball. They will have one timeout and just under 2 minutes to try and get down the field. There is a chance for Pittsburgh to go ahead and win this one. So all Pittsburgh needs to do is get into field goal range. That is all the Pittsburgh Steelers need to do, is get into field goal range. Now, the question is, if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, do you feel what range do you feel comfortable getting your field goal kicker in? Is Boswell the kind of guy that can kick a 50-yarder, a 60-yarder, a 65-yarder? Where do you start to feel comfortable? I think once I get somewhere between 50 and 45 on the yardage on the field goal, I think that's where I start to feel comfortable with Boswell for the kicker. Obviously, if there are any Steelers fans in the chat, would love to hear your guys' opinion since you guys watch your team a lot more closely than I do. What range do you start to feel good about Boswell being able to get the kick from? So there we go. They are still a commercial break. You guys are not missing anything. We got 12 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for all 12 of you guys that have decided to spend even just a portion of your very busy Saturday nights here with me. And yeah, much appreciated as we are counting our way down. It's just past 11 o'clock here at night, and I am at work in the morning, which is going to be really tiresome. There we go. Justin Tucker hit a 66-yarder field goal last year versus the Lions. Yeah, but we've seen him this year. Would you be comfortable putting Justin Tucker out there with a 65-yarder again? I don't know if I'd be overly comfortable there. So, 2-minute warning here. And so the problem is if you turned it over on downs right here, they would basically already be in field goal position, which would not be a good thing. So here we go. Yep, they're going to go ahead and they've got the punting unit out, so they're going to go ahead and punt this one away. Yeah, it would be right about a 50-yard field goal if they do nothing else on it. So here we go. The kick is up. It is going to be fielded at the 25 there for Calvin Austin and the Steelers, and that is where the Steelers will take over possession of the football. All right, so there we go. And they're showing they're showing that week 2 matchup between. Honestly, a lot of these matchups were very fluky. Overtime loss on the kick. The fact that Burrow lost 2 games to the Ravens by a combined field goal and a point. I mean, that's a 4-point swing between the Bengals and the Ravens. So here we go. Takes snap, drops back. Russell Wilson looking, throws a short one. Oh, and he gets stopped for a loss. There we go. Najee Harris gets blasted once again. Welcome back. And here we go. We've got ourselves a really close one here. Takes a snap, drops back, looking, throws, finds Freiermuth, but Freiermuth gets stopped short, and there we go. Again, the Steelers have got one timeout to work with here. 1:17 on the clock ticking, and it is going to be a costly one if they just let this clock continue to tick here. Takes a snap, drops back, throws it over the middle. on the field, finds the first down for Pat Fryermuth, but oh my, they are so far out of field goal range right now, and they need to save that timeout to potentially stop the clock for the field to get the field goal unit out there. So they can't really burn that timeout right now. So here we go. Takes snap, drops back, looking. Russell Wilson on the run. He's gonna take the ball, and he goes shoulder first. And one of the Bengals lost a helmet in there. It was Hilton. Hilton lost the yard line there, and we'll get the yard line here in a moment. They are lining up at their own 45, so they're on the long side of the field here. Russell Wilson takes the snap and gets sacked at the 45 for a loss of 4. For a loss of 4 or 5 here, and that is going to be third down. And they are at their own 40, and they are going to have to call the timeout here. 20 seconds officially on the clock. And yeah, they have called their final timeout, so they will not have that timeout to get the field goal unit out there, which means whatever kind of play they get to get into field goal range would have to be a sideline grab and get out of bounds. So 20 seconds here. Pittsburgh has to get about I think they need to get probably about 20, 25 yards to realistically be in a realistic field goal range. Yeah, okay. TV just said 25 more yards. I said about 20-ish yards. So here we go. 3rd and 12 here for the Steelers. And let's see. Takes the snap, drops back, looking, fires it deep, looking for it all. Incomplete. 14 seconds on the clock. And it is 4th and 12. So now they need a first down. That is absolutely imperative. 14 seconds on the clock. There's also not a lot of time, obviously. Do they just go ahead and forget the field goal and just chuck it to the end zone and hope that Russ can moonball it to the end? Because I think it could happen. And okay, a slight adjustment. It is 15 seconds on the clock. I thought it was down to 14. I guess they added a second. All right, so again, clock is stopped right now. 15 seconds on the clock. 4th and 12. What do you call up here for a play call? I think you absolutely have to go with a pass play. I think you still look to the boundary. I think you try and throw it I think you try and throw it just past the line. And here we go. The Bengals call there for their final timeout. So that is all the timeouts off the board. So there are no more timeouts available in this game. Right, so no more timeouts available. All it is 15 seconds, and we will know the winner of this game. So the question is, who will it be? Will it be Joe Burrow and the Bengals having a shot at the wild card round? Will it be the Steelers being clinched to go to punching their tickets to Houston? Let's see. 4th and 12. And let's see. Takes the snap, drops back, looking, throws it over the middle of the field, incomplete, and that is going to turn over on downs. And that is going to be the game. As we've got 11 seconds on the clock, Joe Burrow and the Bengals will. Honestly, I don't send Joe. Do you send Joe Burrow out there to do the knee down? I mean, he can't really get hurt on a knee down, right? Sounds like famous last words. I would send out the backup. I'd send out the punter probably to go ahead and take that knee down just to make sure that you or maybe even a backup quarterback if you've got one that you trust with the ball and that you don't think you'll need. And nope, they do the knee down with Burrow. Obviously, nothing catastrophic happened. But there we go, and that is going to be the final here in in Pittsburgh, as the Cincinnati Bengals take the win, 19-7, and the Joe Burrow Bengals have a shot at the playoffs. The Pittsburgh Steelers will be heading, barring a Raiders win tomorrow. The Pittsburgh Steelers will be heading into Baltimore to play the Baltimore Ravens. And tomorrow's game against the Kansas City Chiefs, which we will be streaming, that one will decide between that game and the Dolphins game going on at the same time. That will decide whether or not Joe Burrow and the Bengals have done enough to become the 7 seed. But they have done everything they can at this point. It is all in both Denver and sadly, it is also in what's his name's hand. It's in the hands of what is his name? Back up. Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz and the Chiefs basically hold the destiny of the Cincinnati Bengals and Dolphins in their hand. Again, if the Dolphins are able to win against the Jets, which I think is probably possible, I think the Dolphins could get there. The question again, it all comes back to: do the Chiefs win over the Broncos, or do they lose to the Broncos, which would lock the Broncos in with a guarantee? Yeah, I don't know. You guys don't know, but we will know tomorrow as we will be streaming that game. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed. If you guys did enjoy this live stream, feel free to hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. But until next time, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next video, live stream, whatever you guys decide to do with the rest of your night. Have a great night, everybody, and goodbye!